Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Friday. Oh my God, just get me through the day. And then I thought I had just December 25th off, but no. Wait, kids, I also have off the 26th. So I hope everybody is having a great week and a great Friday. If not a great Friday, then at least a good Friday. And you did not get a video from me last night because it was kind of difficult. I went to the, I'll explain it in another video, but I went to a funeral, a joint funeral for two of my neighbors last night. It was difficult. So I just did not make a video. So today I'm on my lunch. I am going to be making this video, this recap and rant video about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I watched it on Wednesday, so we are going to get to it now. I have some thoughts on this. So first off, we started off with Sutton's date. This was Sutton's first date that was set up for her by her matchmaker. It was with Sal. At first, when he came in, I was like, oh, okay. Sal is handsome. He's a handsome older gentleman. Okay. Things kind of went downhill. He mentioned he sweats profusely. She was like, that's okay. Listen, maybe it'll work out. Then he started talking a lot about his mother. I completely get being there for your mom because I live with my mom and I'm here all the time for my mom. But the thing that got me was when he said that he had a catfish and she took the catfish out and then beat it to death. No. Sutton, you can do better than that. So Sutton was like, thank you, but no thanks. Next up was Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie and Dorit went over to Kyle's. I'm going to say it right now. I think Anne-Marie is a flop. We finally got to see her tagline. I thought it was kind of stupid. I think it was something like, I put people to sleep, but I always sleep with one eye open, or something like that. Very dumb. So immediately Dorit starts poking fun at Sutton's narrow esophagus. And of course, Anne-Marie joins in because she can't be professional. I hate that when she obviously is saying like all of this information about like, well, once again, if she has a narrowing of her esophagus, then just chew food and chew. I have heard on social media many medical professionals saying that's not the case. Stop giving this incorrect advice. I just did not like how she is kind of medically shaming. I feel like she's kind of shaming Sutton for her problem. I just think she's very unprofessional. Kyle also talked about the new 1-hour drama that she's producing. Dorit had no idea that this was even out there. And she took this time to like, let her know like, hey, I thought we were friends and I didn't know anything about this. And then also the tattoo came up. You know, the K that this tattoo artist just let some random come in and tattoo on somebody's body. Yeah. Well, Kyle said, I just put a K on there in case she wanted to like write out a word. What word is she going to write out? Kangaroo? Kitchen? What is she going to do? Plus, she didn't have enough room to write anything. She has a loaded armful of other tattoos. What's she going to write on there? And both Dorit and Anne-Marie were kind of like, that seems kind of odd. So next up was Garcelle, Sutton, and Erica. I never thought that I would say this, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this outing between the three of the single ladies. They went out, they had a little too much to drink, and they had some fun. Side note, I really liked Sutton's hair like this. It looked a little darker and it was parted to the other side. I thought she looked fantastic. Garcelle said this was a social experiment to get Erica and Sutton together. And I thought it worked. They were talking about Denise. And Erica had said, listen, she needs to give up her 4-year-old beef with me. Erica says, I didn't come back at Denise just because I've left things in the past. But we'll see. We'll see a little bit later that I don't know about that. And Erica, this is when Erica brings up the fact, she said, did you know you can get a naked bundle of Denise Richards for $7 on OnlyFans? And Garcelle was like, that's a little low. I mean, for Denise Richards, that's kind of a little low, which I agree. That's kind of discount bargain for Denise Richards. You would think Garcelle was like, you could at least go to 10. I mean, right? Garcelle then also had mentioned that Sutton made out with her driver. Good for you, Sutton. And we'll see that this comes up later too. But once again, I enjoyed this scene. I like the three of them together. So later on, they're all getting ready for Taco Tuesday. Crystal's going to be having Taco Tuesday at her house. Listen, I would love to go to her Taco Tuesday. I didn't see any tacos. I would love to go to that Taco Tuesday. But Sutton really is sitting there with, I guess it was two of her like makeup artists. And she was really like, I'm going to go on to OnlyFans. I'm going to give $12 because I'll tip Denise $5. She was like, I just wanted to see what this is all about. Even her male employee was like, $7? That's it? She didn't go through it. She didn't see it. I wouldn't either. So Garcelle and Denise are headed to Taco Tuesday at Crystal's. Garcelle had told Denise exactly what might be coming her way from Erica. And she said off camera in her confessional that she told Erica, so it's just, she gave Erica a heads up, so she's giving Denise a heads up as well. Dorit and Kyle, they're headed over to Crystal's. Dorit, this whole, we were introduced to it earlier, but Dorit is kind of like hurt by this new friendship because she feels excluded. Dorit's hurt by the distance that's between her and Kyle. She said in the past, we would go away, a few times a year. Now she really doesn't invite me to go anywhere. She had said a little bit later in this scene that Kyle has kind of just morphed into Morgan. Like what Morgan likes is what she likes. And that she doesn't feel like she's just being excluded. She feels like she's being replaced. Kyle in her confessional says that she's upset with Dorit because Dorit doesn't really publicly stand with her against Kathy. She had said that in private she does, but in public she really doesn't, and that's not a friend of hers. So the thing is, with Kyle, you have to completely, all the time have her back. You have to be 100% a yes person to the end, because if you're not a yes person, like let's say a Teddy Mellencamp, then you just can't be friends with her. That's how that is. And the whole thing with like Dorit and Kyle, I myself, for some reason, I just never looked at it as like a really strong relationship, like a strong friendship. I looked at them kind of as friends because of a couple's friendship. Like PK and Mauricio are great friends. I feel like once you take the relationship, the marriage out of the mix, like now that Mauricio and Kyle are separated and they're not spending a lot of time together, once you take that couple out of the mix, then there's really no reason for them to be friends. I never looked at them as friends. To be honest with you, a lot of these friendships on the Housewives, I don't look at as real friends. I mean, the one friendship that I do look at as a real friendship is between Garcelle, Sutton, and Crystal. Definitely between Garcelle and Sutton. So that's just what I thought about that. So over at Crystal's house, I'm going to tell you this right up front. I think Rob Minkoff is my favorite house husband. And that's just because he doesn't cause any drama, and he's so likable, but he's always there for her. He has a sense of humor. I really like Rob a lot. Kim Richards is also coming to this Taco Tuesday. I don't understand. And Dorit comes in, she's introduced to Crystal's friends, and she's like, I'm always so amazed that Crystal has as many friends as she has. I mean, minus the 14. Why? I mean, Crystal obviously is a good friend. I mean, something maybe you're not. So Kyle and Dorit arrive. Some of Crystal's friends are already there. One of Crystal's friends is married to comedian Bill Burr. So they start talking about Vegas and Magic Mike, the Magic Mike show. And immediately Dorit and Kyle are like kind of trying to stir the pot to get her to ask Sutton about Magic Mike. She's like, I'm not falling for it. See. So Denise is there. Everybody arrives. Dorit finds out about this single ladies night, and she immediately was like, why didn't you ask me to go out? Why didn't you invite me? Well, because it's single ladies, and you're not a single lady. Side note, Avi breaking the fourth wall and looking at the camera during the flashback when Dorit was trying to poach him. Love it. Love Avi. Erica brings up the fact that Sutton made out with the driver. Sutton was like, maybe I did, but it wasn't. It was like something that you would see on Happy Days. And we're like, what? But it was a very jokey laugh. She wasn't doing it in front of like everybody. She was making fun of it. Dorit says to Garcelle, oddly enough, that she says that Crystal's drumming up shit just to get Sutton to come at her. She's a shit stirrer. And she says off camera, if you're going to be a shit stirrer, then if you're going to stir the pot, then make it more balanced. Like she does later. So, okay. So going into the night, and now listen, didn't Bill Burr's wife go and stir the pot and ask Sutton about Magic Mike? Garcelle was like, how did you find out? She's like, well, the ladies were here earlier. They told me to ask you about this. And listen, I'm with Sutton. How is this something that's relevant to a Taco Tuesday, to our big fiesta, our fiesta today? It's really not. Dorit then mentions in front of these ladies, her making out with her driver. And she was like, this is the new name him moment, because Sutton was like, why did you ask? Why did you bring it up? 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 Now, if I was Dorit, I would probably be like, can you please shut the F up? Please let me answer. Dorit never answers any questions. She just goes on and on and on. Maybe this was Sutton's way of cutting her off from having like this huge hour-long answer. Sutton is like, or Dorit's like, well, I brought it up because it was just a funny back and forth. We were all having fun, and I brought up. Garcelle was like, I don't think that's the reason. I think you brought it up to embarrass her. Like, literally, I think you did this on purpose to embarrass her. And then, of course, Dorit plays the victim, and she's like, I feel attacked. And off camera, she's like, this is just another reason for Garcelle to come at me for something. And if she doesn't like me, she should just let me know. Well, she says to Garcelle, I feel attacked. Garcelle did not attack her. Garcelle was not screaming. Garcelle wasn't doing any of that. You know what? Hold on a second. Oh, this chair keeps going down. So Garcelle was like, I did not do any of that. And I didn't do any of this. And she was obviously upset by it. And Dorit said, well, I'm sorry if you would like to have a discussion about this. She's like, no, I'm good. That's fine. Dorit had said, what word should I use? And she was like, listen, I don't have the time to, what did she say? She said, I don't have the time for you or for your privilege. And she basically had then said, we're good. And I'm not going to educate you on this. This is correct because, listen, Erica, thank God Erica jumped in and was like, because Dorit was like, what does that mean? Well, thank God Erica jumped in and was like, because when a white woman says to a black woman, you attacked me, that has a very different connotation than if it's said to a white woman. There's the whole angry black woman narrative that just because a black woman is speaking up, she is suddenly angry and she's attacking you. And that's not the case at all. Garcelle's here for Taco Tuesday. Garcelle is not here to educate you on the social world as it is. She doesn't. You should know. You're ignorant. Educate yourself. Like, read the paper, watch the news, educate yourself. And didn't Dorit just go onto Instagram and put something, like it was a post, it was a picture of her from Taco Tuesday, and saying something like, blissfully living in my bubble. That's not good enough. That's tone deaf. That's you saying you don't give a shit about this. Unbelievable. I cannot, and then tried to play the victim. No, I'm done with Dorit. Dorit can go. So after that, there was some silence, and then Dorit brings up the fact that Crystal told Sutton that she said, I think Sutton probably puts vodka in her coffee in the morning. And then Sutton was like, I don't know, I love Sutton, but when Sutton was like, where I'm at right now and where I'm going in the future, I cannot, doing the things you say I do, I could not do, and then go where I'm going. I'm going to be out here and you're going to be in the back. Crystal was like, what? So there was that. And then, but wait, before Dorit left, Dorit had to then plant one more bomb that would explode. She had to stir the pot, and she was like, hey, Denise and Erica, did you guys talk? And they were like, no. And she's like, okay, maybe you should talk. I'm gone, bye. And then she's leaving. She's like, oh, I want to get home to see my husband. It's been such a tough night. Fuck you, Dorit. So she leaves. And hold up, because I know Denise was probably like, I'm going to get her. The old Erica was back. I'm going to tell you, I like seeing the new Erica, but sometimes I want to see a little bit of flash of the old Erica. Because Erica was like, okay, well, how about this? You came into the dinner with an agenda. You called me a bitch. I apologized. Denise, I don't understand. And Denise, she was like, you called me a dumb effing bot or something like that. Denise, they do a flashback. Denise called her a fucking dick C-word asshole. What is that? I've never heard of that. That insult strung together. So Denise basically says, listen, I'm upset because back in the day, you said my 14-year-old would have probably had a threesome. Eric was like, I didn't say that. Erica was like, listen, I said that on social media kids can get out there and see a threesome. That might be how they know about it. Denise is like, but these are my kids. And that's when Erica engaged. Erica was like, all right, so your oldest daughter is on OnlyFans. Denise is like, that's a low blow. She's like, Erica's like, you come in to dinner, guns a-blazing, call me a bitch, and you don't think I'm going to go to OnlyFans for a low blow? Have you met me? Do you know me? Seriously, Denise, 5, 6, 7, 8. Erica ate you up on this. I'm going to tell you that right now. So they're going back and forth, and then Erica lands the final. And I don't know, this was kind of gross, but I'm going to tell you, she landed it because she said, okay, well, I just have a question. Who's more profitable, you or Sammy? Oh, I was like, woo, oh my God, woo, she's back. So that right there was the recap. Probably late on my lunch, but don't really care. So let me know if you watched any of this and what you thought. With that being said, my Christmas sweater on. With that being said, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and understanding out there. Please take care of one another. Please, number 1, be aware of your surroundings. Number 2, be safe and careful. And do you like it? Half of them are working, half of them are not. And there's my Christmas tree. So I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Bye, guys. Love you.